Hi, I am Teresa Jackson. I am a new student at SNU. A really good friend of mine just got her degree from SNU in um, December of last year. And so she was super excited about her experience there and told me what a great university it was. And so I decided, since my life has taken me to a place where I'm ready to go back to school, that would be a good place to start. I also like the idea of it being a faith-based university. Meant a lot to me as well. Uh, I have been in the workforce, corporate America, probably longer than most of the students in this class have been alive. Um, a lot of experience in multiple different types of working environments. I was in the healthcare field for a while, administrative, not clinical. I'm also in the airline industry for a good long period of time. And now I'm in the mortgage industry. So I have a really varied background of experience. I am a mother of two boys. One will be 29 in a few weeks, and one is 12. So that's quite an age gap and also a challenge for their mother. But going back to school is also something I wanted to do to try to help them um, be inspired to never stop learning and have a good background of education, knowing that no matter how old you are, you can always continue to learn. So that was super important to me. My 12-year-old is obviously having to do school from home right now because of the pandemic. So this is something that I thought would also be kind of fun for us to learn how to do a few things together in the process of the homeschooling. My 29-year-old spent a couple of years at OU, but then dropped out after his second sophomore year. And so he is thinking about going back now, and I would really like to see him be able to do that. So I thought maybe by mom doing it, that would make him want to jump on the bandwagon and go back to school as well. So I'm hoping to be an inspiration in that area. The 12-year-old is not a huge fan of school, but he uh, seems to be doing a little better now, knowing that mom is taking on that challenge too. As far as my multicultural background experience, both of my boys are biracial. I was married outside my race for almost 20 years. And I was also a host parent for exchange students from countries like Albania and Serbia, Yugoslavia, Colombia, and also Mexico for several years when my oldest child was younger. So that was a fun experience. All boys, all kinds of different personalities and all kinds of different backgrounds as well. But they were a lot of fun, and they taught me a lot about um, the differences between what we do in the States and what they do overseas. One good example that I always like to use is that one of my boys did not like the fact that we ate any meat that had ever been frozen, because they went to the grocery store every day in Albania. And so he would not eat any of the food that I cooked if it had been frozen. He had to have his groceries fresh, which I think is a great idea, but it's not always practical for us. So that's part of the reason that we eat that way. But he eventually came along a little bit, and then I came along a little bit for him too. And so we both learned together about what works well for our environment. Uh, I spent a good close to a decade working for Southwest Airlines. So I've traveled a lot, and that's something that I really, really love. And so that is another reason why I thought this class would be a fun one to start with. I'd like to be able to use it more in my professional life, but also in my personal life, to just spread my wings. I'm a very open-minded person, and I like to get to know people who don't look like me and who don't sound like me and who don't have the same income or even the same beliefs sometimes, because I'm always interested in people's backgrounds and where they come from. So I'd like to be able to share those kinds of things with them as well, and hoping that this communication class will help me just bridge that gap more than I've already done. And I guess that pretty much sums up everything I needed to say. So I look forward to the class. Hopefully, I can be a good resource for other people as much as I'm going to be a person who asks a lot of questions. So I look forward to it, and I wish everyone luck. Thanks.